Hello Technolics. For more videos, please subscribe.
Hello everyone. As we are more focused on cracking an interview by solving data structure and algorithm problems, so I have chosen a platform called LeetCode. LeetCode is a very good platform to level up your coding skill, and also it helps in the preparation of your interview. So we will first try to solve the very first problem of it, which is a two sum problem, and it is the difficulty level is easy for this. So we'll look at the problem statement. Okay, so it is telling that given an array of integer written indices of the sum of two numbers such a way that they add up to a specific target. That means a target number will be provided to you, and from the list of element, if the two elements are added and they add up to the target number and they have become equal, then our problem statement is solved. So you may assume that each input would have exactly one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. So it is saying that you may assume that each input would have exactly one solution. For every input there will be one solution, and you may not use the same element twice. So same element cannot be used twice. So what is this given numbers are? So this is the list, okay, and this is the target number, okay, and because num0 equal to plus num1 2 plus 7 written 0 1. So first of all, I have two ways of solving it. First I will show the best approach, then I will show the not so best approach. It is a basic approach which even a beginner can solve it. The best approach is of time complexity of order n, whereas the not so best approach is the time complexity of that is order of n square. So let's before doing the solution, let's jump to the math behind it. I have a list of f- five elements, and the target is 9. Okay, now forget about this problem statement for a time being and just come to the basic math. You know that a plus p, it is given in the problem statement that two numbers of the list add up to the 9. Two numbers which you don't know are a plus b. You don't know what are the two number, and you're not sure about those two number. You will just say a plus b equal to, it is in the problem statement it is given that two number adds up to the target number which is 9. So a plus b is equal to 9. Okay, now if you just write a equal to 9 minus b, that is a is a complement of b. Suppose if b's value is 6, so a will be 3. So it is always a complement of b. So in the list, if we iterate over the list one by one, element wise, and if we find the complement of that element in the next iteration, then we have achieved the problem. For example, I have a list of 5 elements, okay, and I'm iterating. For n equal to 1, I have just one element, so I don't know about the second element, and my problem statement is itself adding adding two numbers. So for n equal to 1, there will be just one element, that is 1. Okay. Then for n equal to 2, there will be, now I have two elements, that is 1 and 2. Okay. But now in with respect to my problem statement, our target value is 9. So target value is 9. Here it is a target value. Okay. So target minus the number which is coming now, and is equal to target minus 2 equal, should be equal to 1. That is why in that case our problem will be solved. So what is the target? Target is 9, and 9 minus 2 is not equal to 1. Okay, now moving to the next iteration for n equal to 3. Okay, there will be two elements, that is 2 and 3. So again 9 minus 3, 9 minus 3 will not be equal to 2, because the last element is 2 and the new element which is coming is for the third iteration. The third iteration the element is 3. Okay, and the new for the new iteration the value is 3 and the previous value was 2. So n minus 3, that is the target minus the new element, is not complementing each other. That is why our problem is not yet solved. Okay, for n equal to 4, the element which was previously there, that is 3, and the new element which is coming now is 4. Okay, so 9 minus 3, again 9 minus 4, sorry, so 9 minus 4 is not equal to 3. Okay, but for n equal to 5, the new element is 4, the previous element is 4 and the new element is 5. Okay, so now n minus 5 is equal to 4. Okay, so by this we have come to the conclusion that if a number is a complement to the other number, it will add up to the target number. So that is why we will iterate over the each and every element of the list. We will iterate like each and every element of the list. For the list value one, for the first value I will see that okay, there is only one value, we cannot add, we cannot find the complement to each other. But when we come to the next value 2, we will see okay, is 2 is complementing, is a complement with respect to the target element, that is 9 minus 2 is equal to 1 or not. No, it is not happening over there. Then we'll come to 3. If 9 minus 3 is equal to 2, no, it is not happening. Then 9 minus 4 is equal to 3, no, it is not happening. Then 9 minus 5, then at this position 9 minus 5 we will get 4. So these two elements are complementing each other. So so these two are the answer. So the answer will be 4 and 5. These indexes we need to return, as in the problem statement it is mentioned that we need to return the indexes. The algorithm which I showed you, it is order of n. So the number of iterations were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 values the number of iterations were 5 only. So I will show you another method which is little more, I mean, it is easier, but the order time complexity is very high for that. So first I have used this method. So let's just write the code for that. Okay, now I'm using Python 3. So first of all we need to store the intermediate value in a dictionary. How I will show you. Okay, so I'm declaring a dictionary. If you are using some other coding language like Java, then you can use map or something else, some data structure similar to dictionary. Okay, and then we need to iterate it till the length of the okay list range. Okay, I will give the length, and here the parameter nums is the list name. Okay, then the target value is passed as a target over here, okay, in the parameter. Now we will check for the complement. If target minus nums I, okay, is in the dictionary, then if the target exists, then we should return the correct value. For the first time when it enters this for loop, it won't find the complement, okay, so it will go to the else part. I'm just writing this code for the continuation. I will explain it also. So it will return the this value target minus num, that is the complement value index, which will be stored in a result dictionary as a key. So that is why I'm giving this over here, and the current index which is coming, so I have to return this index. If you see in this problem, the numbers which are coming is 2 and 7, and in the first value itself they are finding the target, and these two values are complementing each other. So 9 minus 2 is 7, and 7 minus 2 is 9 minus 7 is equal to 2, and 9 minus 2 is equal to 7. So that is why these numbers are complementing each other. So the numbers are found in the first two index only, so 0 and 1. So I have to return the index only. So I'm returning the index. I will explain it fully. First I'm writing the code, and then I will explain it fully what is happening over here, okay. In the else part, it will go and just store the value in the result directory. Yes, a key will be nums of I equal to the value which is coming index. It will store the index. So now we'll try to explain you what is happening in the code. So before that, I'm just checking whether it is correct or not. Yes, I got the expected output, okay. So when the first value is coming, that is 2, okay. I'm commenting over here. The first value is 2 and the target value is 9, okay. So here 9 minus 2 will be there, okay, which is equal to 7. They are checking that if 7 is present in the result directory. No, it is not present, okay. So what it will do, it will just go over here, and what it will do, what is the nums minus I result, okay, result, and in this nums minus nums I index I, so which is the value 2, it will store this I value which is 0, okay. So how the dictionary will look now, the dictionary will look something like this, okay. The value is 2 and the key is 2 and the value is 0, okay. And now for the second iteration, this is for n equal to 1. Now for n equal to 2, for n equal to 2, what is the value coming now? The value is coming as 7, and the target minus 7, target is 9. So 9 minus 7 equal to 2, okay. So 9 minus 7 equal to 2. So 2 is already there in the result, okay. As you see over here, 2 is here, 2 is present as the key. This int functions checks the inside the dictionary if the key is present or not. So 2 is present over here. So what it will do, it will come to this, okay, and what it will do over here is it will just store the result, and the target minus nums is 7, okay. Sorry, target minus nums is 2. So result of 2 will get the value which is equal to 0, okay, and it will also return the current index which is 1. So 0 comma 1 it will return. So it will return these two values 0 comma 1. I hope you understand this. Now this is the one of the approach to do it, and it is the best approach to do it since the complexity is order of n. So I've removed all the comments. Now let's just run it again. Okay, yeah, it is there, and now I will submit this for the test cases. So it is accepted now. Okay, so the next approach is I will show in the next video. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you like this video and explanation. If you want more such explanation on more such problems, please subscribe to my channel, and please comment in the video that any problem if you are stuck in it and you want a solution for that, please comment in my comment section and let me know. Thank you. Thanks for watching.